Alright, Pumpkin Valley here, finishing up our neutral lap. We're about to go 5 laps hot. Had a good group tonight. Um, Fortunately or unfortunately, Chaz Turman came back out. He's missed the last couple. I say unfortunately because
All right, Ryan, you got this.
he put the hurt on us, but
Could be a winning streak from Sunday.
there's Ryan Kaler in front of me, coming off a cool win this weekend, Sunday in Ontario at the Majestic Ontario GP.
So it's 3 power poles for the finish when you exit that corner. If you can't see
So
it.
here's the start finish.
All right, we're live. 5 to go. 5 to go.
We've got 5 laps now, and
Oh, come on.
it begins already. Come
First
on.
lap.
So Richard thought it'd be fun to just go all out right out of the gates, and to get me off. I think I'm literally doing like 600 watts here, trying to get on that. It's just it's just all shattered behind me. I was able to reconnect here. I had just ridden like 50 miles, 52 miles, something like that before this race. Got out early and rode with George and Steven and Nick and Chaz from Ride Bikes, and so I was definitely already warmed up. So much for a chill start. Now we're coming up to the hairpin right here. Remember, someone attacks the rear camera. We'll see him coming. See him coming up the outside, coming through the rear view, and there goes Steven. So Steven just drills it. There's Chaz following Steven. I'm like, come on, guys, we got 5 laps. Let's save that stuff. So they open up a little gap on the front, and I think Ryan went with them too. There's actually 3 of them up there, and I thought, well, I'll try to bridge up to him. Chaz was on fire. I mean, he was drilling it. Like, I'm going hard right here, trying to catch those wheels. Opened up a pretty good gap behind me. This one hurt. So this is the little climb right here to the top. And Terrence is riding really strong too. So there's Terrence on my wheel. He bridges up and takes Alex with him. So now they're just sitting on my wheel, letting me close this thing up. And I'm trying. I don't know. I think Chad said he was pulling like, I was pulling like 365, 370 after the attack all through here just to try to close it. You can see we catch up, and Chaz is already, he's already attacked them. He's up from there. I'm on here. And then Steven goes, I'm like, I'm not ready. If he would have rolled into it, that would have been nice. But whatever, if he can get away. So he attacks, and he's kind of across, but in no man's land. If he can bridge up to Chaz here, that could be race over, because between Chaz and Steven's got really good fitness. And then he looks back like, come on, why aren't you on my wheel? I'm like, bro, I am trying here. And there's a pretty good right to left wind, so got Terrence just kind of echelon over. Ryan's recovering a little, and I think Alex is just chilling back there, third wheel. But we got a huge gap from the field right away. So I come on through it. And Steven and Ryan go again. And at this point, I'm like, I hope that sticks so I can just kind of sit in and relax. And we're kind of just rolling here, and the rest of the field reattaches. But I don't think I don't think Ryan and Steven were actually able to connect with Chaz. Um, Chaz went hard first lap. Like he's just right super super strong. And I'm pulling just getting PTSD just watching this as I'm doing the voiceover. Plenty of action on the first lap, no doubt about that.
Up, up!
There's the right-hander to the downhill. Hoping I can get a little breather here. I feel like Chaz is, he's got a good gap on him. And they were drilling just to, you know, try to close it, so.
We gotta bring him back.
So we gotta bring him back.
They're not gonna work.
Yeah, there's Nick. He pulled through a little bit. I'd like to point out Nick's socks, or lack thereof, for this race, because he's trying to eliminate his sock tan to up his poolside real estate game. When he's selling houses, he can go to his sellers' pool parties and not have sock tans. So it was frightening. So he kind of flicks me through. I kind of surge up here. Then I think Nick just comes up and jumps on my wheel. He might even pull through here. Yeah, he does. Check on his. We got a little gap going, but I don't think Nick is wanting to help me get across to Chaz. So now they got Matthew sitting on my wheel. And one of our guys, and here comes Ryan saying, "Jump on, let's go." So Ryan, he put in some serious work in this race. He's riding really strong. I think he just got his Cat 3 upgrade from his win on Sunday. Not positive. And he gives me a little elbow. I'll come through here. But I'm pretty cooked right now. Like, I need a little more recovery before I just drill it again. But no one else kind of comes forward here. I felt like I had any teammates a few times. I was pretty cross-eyed. So let's start finish line. We got 4 laps to go now. There's just a guy that came out to ride. You see me, my shadow. I kind of flipped through, and I don't know who takes a pull here. There's my buddy. There's Steven. It's just like the everlasting gobstopper. He never runs out, man. If you watched last week's video, you got Richard yelling on the hill, "Hit it again!" Just kept attacking. Like he reloads very quickly. So I think that's Alex just sitting on my wheel. I really didn't want to take a pull here. Kind of ignored that elbow flick, but like, I don't want to get dropped on the hill.
Velo Kings, get up here!
I'm trying to get some more guys up here, but because ride bikes isn't gonna do any work. They got their guys up the road, so it's kind of the teams left is Velo Kings, our team, and Team Swift. If we stand, I mean, if we get really organized, you know, we should be able to bring them back. So, guy pulled through off of Steven. I'm pulling pretty hard, but I didn't want to go so hard that if someone attacks, I couldn't jump on their wheel. This is like pulling slash recovering, hoping no one comes around you. And I think you get a lot of the rear camera. We'll call it the Ryan camera because he and I were definitely MVPs trying to bring back the break. So Ryan comes around me near the top of the hill. A little break. Here comes Steven. He's ready to go again, as usual. So I think we're going to have to do this kind of three-man rotation, and then Alex and Terrence are just going to kind of sit on the front to see if we can pull Chaz back or not. So that's kind of what's going on right now. And we got just a recreational rider. Someone tried to get some peace and quiet, and I got us yahoos come rumbling by. Try to call it out so we don't startle people. Fair amount of cyclists use this Bryant Road right here. So then Steven pulls off. I think he'll slot back in behind Ryan.
Come on! You're not gonna do shit. It's up to us.
If we could just get this kind of rotating pace line. I think they were looking back, thinking someone else was going to pull through, but that's good tactics, good team tactics, and good on them. I mean, I would hope that's what happens if I'm in a break. That except for last week and the week before when Richard and I attacked each other's breakaways and brought them back. So I think we called a truce on this one. So
Go.
back to actual team tactics. There's Alex in front of me and Nick behind me. Getting a little more sun on those ankles. It's starting to come along. And Steven just telling us. Kim and Ryan are just trying to see who else is up there. There is who pulled off right there. Oh, it was Richard. Was it Richard? Yeah. So Richard put in a nice pull on the top there. So I think it's Steven, Ryan, Team Swift, and Matthew, Team Swift, and then Alex in front of me. And I think my GoPro needs a zoom lens if we're going to see Chaz up the road. He opened it up pretty good. It's kind of challenging these kids with their junior gears to they really can't pull on this downhill because they're already kind of spun out with their gear limitations. Kind of rolling down here. Yeah, I haven't looked at the rear camera until kind of just doing this recording, so it's interesting to see. I figured it was pretty strung out. Then you can see how it kind of bunches up on the downhill because it's downhill. So that might be Brian Clovis, one of our Velo Kings teammates from Modesto area. He drove down for this race. That kind of looks like, can't quite tell who it is.
Down, ease up. Tell Steven. Recover. Recover, Steven. Hey, they're gonna counter this, so recover. Let me work for a while. Sit in and recover until they counter. Pull through it.
And there he goes. So,
Nice job, dude. Nice work. Hard.
congratulating Chaz, but deep down I was hoping I wouldn't have to congratulate him anymore. That he was got that out of the system and he behaved, just sit in with the rest of us. Let Alex get up the road, kind of recover a little bit, and see if I bring him back. So this is Brian Clovis. He's our Modesto teammate. Came up to join us on this ride. Came down rather. So he jumps on the front, gives me a little break, puts in a little dig to kind of close some of the gap that Alex had opened up.
Runners up!
For coming up there.
Right turn! Runners up!
A couple joggers in the corner. They were wide, fortunately. So, and back up the climb. I like to start first. So,
I'm recording audio too, you know.
file back. And that goes. Ryan takes a pretty strong dig there. Chaz goes with him. And Steven. And Sawyer? Sawyer map. George is kind of coming up on my wheel. Teammate. And Chaz just kind of leaves Ryan there hanging a little bit.
Load again. Good right there.
George is saying, just hold it right there. It's a good pace. So you can see Alex just on the horizon there. He's not too far up, a couple 100 yards. He was kind of looking back and like at one point kind of hurry up and bridge this so I don't have to be solo out here anymore. But I kind of like leaving them out there because I figured it would at least discourage or dissuade ride bikes from attacking. Give us an opportunity to recover a little bit. Definitely playing a lot more defense in this race. Trying to defend the attacks of Chaz and now Alex here. And so I'm sitting on the front, but I'm not putting down kind of, rolling 250 or something. I was going to put a power overlay, but it's just literally taking forever to render the Garmin Verback, and either I'm doing something wrong or it's my computer slow, I guess. I don't know. Watch the how-to videos by Jeff Linder. They look really easy, but still working on the technology. So if you want power, look at my Strava. It's not on here. I think I was 334 normalized. This was like a 43-minute race. Average speed was like 26.9 miles an hour, and that's with 5 laps of a hairpin turn. So I mean, it was fast. This was fast paced. Putting in 50 miles before it felt like a road race. Just because it was, we were running tempo for 2.5 hours, and jump into this thing. This is pretty much threshold with VO2 surges, and digging pretty deep. Here's Ryan taking a big pull, and again we got red bikes just sitting on. They're not going to pull through, nor should they. They got a guy up the road. So Ryan and I are kind of doing our best just to bring it back without blowing ourselves up. So we're still in play, so to speak, when it is brought back and the next attack by probably red bikes goes. So you can barely see Alex. He's in sight. He just went through that green light right there. And here comes Jeff Simpson. Esteban, and a couple of our Velo Kings guys from the 340 kind of side of things. It was cool, but Jeff pulled through and gave me a little breather, ramped it up here, called him afterwards. Once he got me kind of going on the downhill, I have a little more aero body position than probably Jeff does. So at some point, I think maybe towards the bottom when it's just flat out a little bit, I bet just come around it. But everyone's riding strong right now. All there's probably 35 people came out tonight, so it's becoming a pretty fun kind of standing Wednesday night event. We've been doing 5:45 start times, or rollouts, I should say. And I think next week we're going to bump it up to 6 o'clock just because we're getting a little more daylight now, and it'll give an opportunity for anyone that's traveling from out of the area, give them a better opportunity to be able to make it down without having to kind of skip work too early or something to get down for the 6 o'clock rollout. So if you're watching this and you've never come and done our Pumpkin Valley circuit race, then just go to velokings.com, VELOKINGS, velokings.com, and we post all of our runs. So we host this one every Wednesday. We try to get a good weekend ride Saturday and or Sunday. Been fortunately some racing activity. Unfortunately, we haven't been as good about doing the group ride stuff. But this is a fun one. A lot of people really look forward to this. This is Esteban, and it gets me almost back up to Alex. He puts in a real strong dig, and I'm like, oh, don't pull off. We're so close. Because as soon as you make this curve here, it's kind of a block headwind on this section here. So I didn't want to have to finish them off. Hoping But of course, look what happens when we catch him. Ryan, no socks, Nick. Looks good, Nick. We were giving a grief about this, so I want to make sure it's on film. So then Nick's going to be like, well, I'll just go solo. So this is the third separate ride bikes off the front. It occurs to me that Steven's not with us anymore. So, you know, all of our horsepower from the team is significantly impacted when Steven's on that. Turns out he kind of bombed. He said he forgot to eat. He did that 2.5 hour ride beforehand, and he said he's coming up the climb. I don't know where Steven is. But he's okay. He just had to pull out. Just got bumped a little bit. And so here Ryan, or Richard, the teammate, takes a monster pull to bring Nick back. I think he pulls us all the way to the hairpin, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I told Edwards, I said, let's do them in like 30-second intervals so that you're not just used up after you pull, but recharge quicker and jump back again. So maybe this is the dig here. Looks like Richard on the front now. This guy in front of us is riding really strong. Like it. Another Nick. But he was a great wheel to draft off of. He's a bigger guy and a bunch of nice sized hole wins. So I was getting to recover pretty good, even though Richard was drilling really hard on the front. So there's Nick. We just caught Nick, kind of freight train around him. And I think I'm covered enough to kind of keep it fast up the hill. So come around Richard. I'm kind of hoping, like, I can carry this fast enough that no one feels motivated to attack. I was wrong, because then Matthew goes, and then Chaz goes. Hit it, Matthew. So Matthew goes to bridge up, and I'm just going to sit on Matthew's wheel and pray that he doesn't pull off and make me do more work to close. You can flick it back. It's all you, brother. Come on, Matthew. No, there's the elbow. And I'm just about like over the top right here. This is where Chaz gets away again. I think he stays away on this one. I thought we almost catch him right here, but maybe we did. Let's see what happens. He glances back. I think he just twists the throttle a little more. I don't think we caught him right here. I think we almost brought him back, and then he just kind of opens it up again. Let's see. But yeah, fun race. A lot of good team tactics on this one. A lot of strategy. It just felt like a chess match that losing the whole time, but trying to still stay in it long enough to find a way to win.
Left side!
But yeah, Chaz just kind of ramps up again. Just Ryan takes him through, and I
need help.
I need help, I said. This is a hard one. This is the best workout I've gotten. I think in the five pumpkin rallies that we've done now. I think this is number 5. He's right there. He's right there. Excuse me. I can just can't quite get up to nose just to a lap rider and some other stuff around. But you can see Chaz, he's not out of sight, but he's out of reach.
Come on!
And I think I'm ready to call it quits. You know, Matthew likes to surf wheels, and then he likes to attack and get separation. But he doesn't work well in the peloton, at least not in these races. Maybe he does a better job when he's riding with his team in real races. So I'm done working. Like, you know, I can't pull everything back here, so I'm just going to have to try to limit losses and sit on a little bit. You know, Nick's able to recover a bit here. He doesn't have to do anything, but you know, try to just surf wheels now. So there's Matthews, you know, attack that failed, and Matthews just going to fall back and surf wheels. If he were to work with us, just to give me 20-second breathers, give Ryan, his teammate, you know, 20-second breathers, just take little pulls. Same with George. If he could have worked a little bit more, it might have been a different outcome. But it's going to come down to a field sprint from this point on, because Chaz stays away. We kind of are all just relegated to the reality, to the fact that Chaz is gone, and now we're all racing for second place. So the gap opens up. I think some guys actually bridge up to us if we pop off the back, because our pace. I mean, there's still a lot. There's still, you know, 27 miles an hour average, but I'm not going to expend the energy that I had been up to this point. Not that I don't want to, but I'm pretty lax at this point. So I'm kind of letting Nick will pull through. He's not going to bring Chaz back, but so we're coming into Bell Lap. Galaxy. Are we on Bell Lap? No. 1, 2 to go. We'll see one on the imaginary lap car next lap. So yeah, at this point, this last lap is there might be a couple little attacks, but nothing too bad. I think everyone's just trying to kind of recover as much as possible for the field sprint.
Hey, teammates. Give me the corner if you can. Oh shit, I got it.
So there's Ryan with another big dig.
Yours at the corner then.
So maybe we haven't fully given up on catching Chaz, but we should have given up by now. Looking at the video, like, yeah, we should have just sat up, because we're just going to tire ourselves out and take ourselves out of the contention for the field sprint. Chaz rode this thing really strong, unbelievable. It was great. It's kind of cool, this palm tree stretch here. You get the afternoon sun coming across.
Yeah, we'll see one to go this time through. So this and then the finish.
And I'm okay letting red bikes guys just sit up front, because if they're in front of me, they
can't believe
happen.
Got Ryan and I taking all the pulls.
Kind of a guilt some of these pools. Ryan and I definitely took the pulls.
Yeah.
Here's
Bell
Sawyer.
Lap coming up.
No, you're thing. I don't know where he was, but I think he said he just caught back on.
Richard, George,
So
Jimmy, Sawyer. Like you and I can't do it all. And they're just gonna sit on in false tempo, so.
yeah, Ryan and I definitely got the best workout, maybe except for Chaz. But Jimmy's riding strong. That's Jimmy right there with the white with the navy sleeves.
How's it going?
Velo Kings. And then Ryan in front of him.
Now I know why Nick and Chaz invited me on the 2.5-hour free ride. Stop me up. Bell up is it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty cross-eyed after this race.
Yeah, no, he's riding stronger now. It's
It was good.
Oh, yeah. It was George who went down. Jorge. No. No, he was just up ahead of it.
Yeah, we had a crash on Sunday.
Yeah, George Vargas.
George.
Not this George.
Vargas.
Jorge.
Went down. He got caught. And bonked his head pretty good.
Can I just get my Garmin, dude? You mind carrying it?
Alan did his job.
Dude, I'm so cooked.
I kept asking Alex, just carry my Garmin so I can pull off just so this run.
All good.
So we're kind of just all got a chat now.
Okay.
We know
He's alright, he got his bell rung.
the race is up the road and we're going to field sprint.
Yeah.
So
Helmet did his job.
everyone's relaxing a little bit.
Yeah, he went. I saw the
we'll
back
see
of his head
what,
slap.
If he stays chill or anyone surges here. So this is just the last half of last lap. Try to bring the confidence on the start, I promise.
I need to break that branch off when I was pre-riding it. Oh, dude, it's like shit. I know. It's lower than it's getting lower every week.
One of the oleander bushes, there's a branch that sticks way out there.
No, he's off the back. I think he had a mechanical.
And it's like, it was just helmet high, now it's like chest high. So you gotta either duck it inside or outside.
I haven't seen you.
Putting some green shears and whacking that branch. George kind of ramps her up a little bit here. Sitting on the front. I'll sit on Alex's wheel. That's a good deal. I might just stay. I'm trying to remember if there's any little attacks here. If anyone tries to kind of shed the group and kind of ride it solo. Yeah, Chaz is, and he's beyond out of sight. He's probably making the corner to the downhill right now. We're just coming up to the top of the hill.
Hit him again!
Alex. Ryan and Richard pulling through. Jimmy. I just this crosswind. I mean, if you the echelon left, it's way easier. Unfortunately, none of these guys were. Because if they were, then by the time I'm echeloning on, train this long, I'm clear over in the middle of the road. So I was able to just kind of slot left and Jimmy and get slowed up. I just coast. Pointing the brakes to stay slotted. Just kind of float forward and kind of flip back. Here comes Terrence. Ryan getting the last drink again before the final sprint to the line. Going out. Yeah, it's like perfect riding weather right now. I think it was like 72 or something. We don't really get mild weather in Fresno. I think it's going to be 90 on Monday or something. So it's spring is like a 2-week affair, and it just goes just hard into summer and long until October almost. So we get good heat adaptation training around Fresno, right up into the mountains and stuff. So it's actually worked pretty good. I raced Georgia last summer, the Tour of North Georgia, and it was a lot more humid there, but it wasn't quite as hot. As long as you're not stopped, to me the humidity was no different than just the dry heat, to a little more extreme that we're used to. So I raced pretty well in that one. Ended up taking the overall. So yeah, heat adaptation.
That's the one right.
Worked out.
There you go.
So now we're coming into the last downhill, and we've got a little right-hand curve, and then a left-hander, right-hander sprint. So get up here, kind of roll past Sawyer and Alex. Ryan, wise man, jumping on my wheel. And I want to see the opportunity if there's going to be a final little breakaway at the end. I'll be ready for it. Just felt like here this last pull, he should have set up. I think he pulled a long ways. I mean, this is pulls along this straightaway, and then we'll make the left hand kind of sweeper into the headwind, and he's putting down power because we're rolling through here. We're probably like 29 miles an hour through here, so it'll slow up a little bit in the headwind, but that was nice to kind of lead it out a little bit, but I felt like maybe a little pressure. So I think I kind of just slowly fall off, and there's Jimmy right here, and try to give him a little bit of a gap. Let these guys come around so I can try to recover a little bit. Probably 400 meters to the turn and then 300 to the line. So it's definitely starting to pick up. But again, this is kind of headwind to crosswind, so I'll jump here in a minute. The video kind of skips. We'll see a little rear camera. Should jump back to the front. There's Richard, Alex, and Nick. Alex comes around Richard, Nick comes around Richard. I come around Sawyer. So Ride Bikes 1, 2, 3, Velo Kings 4, 5, 6. So another fun race. Really good time. That's it.